You feel sharp, healthy, but just because you say I'm 75, others start speaking to you slower. Their gaze softens, as if you're running out of time. Sounds harmless, just a number, right? But the truth is, the moment you reveal your real age, others see you differently. And what's worse, you also start seeing yourself differently. Ever seen someone's eyes change right when you said, I'm almost 80? From admiration to pity, from respect to coddling, from conversational partner to someone needing care. Chai seems just a detail, but it actually has power to silence you in conversation, diminishing what you know, have lived, and dared to think. Ever had that feeling, so lucid, so clear? But people keep treating you like you don't have much time left. In this video, I'll tell you the real reason. Why, if you still feel young, don't rush to reveal your age. It's not to deceive anyone, but to keep the right to live how you feel, not bound by a number. I'll share 5 deep reasons, maybe you've never thought of them, that will change how you introduce yourself from tomorrow. If what I'm sharing makes you nod, gently tap like so I know. And if you want to keep living freely past 70, subscribe so we meet again. All right, let's dive in. First reason, when you state your age, others define you before they understand you. Ever noticed? Just saying I'm 75, the whole atmosphere immediately changes. The conversation's fun, everyone's listening, then suddenly someone slows, changes their gaze, tone, and sometimes even how they see you. No longer a peer in discussion, but an elder who should be deferred to. The sad part, just one number makes others decide for you who you are. Even if you're still healthy, still drive, read books, laugh heartily like 30 years back. When people hear 75, they often don't see that anymore. They just see their mental image of an old person. And that label, once stuck on, is incredibly hard to peel off. In a US AARP survey, nearly 68% over 65 said they were treated differently once others knew their real age. Some were denied discussion group invites just fearing they couldn't keep up, though their opinions were previously highly valued. Richard, 74, in Denver recounted, I attended a community gathering. People asked what I did. I said I used to teach philosophy. They started discussing, very interested. But when I blurted, now I'm 74, the mood suddenly shifted to, oh, then you must mostly be resting, and no one asked my opinion again. He laughed, but his eyes held some bitterness. Just one number, and I was put in a totally different box. The issue isn't age, but how others use age to define you, instead of letting actions, thoughts, or your energy reveal your true self. So sometimes silence about your real age isn't hiding. It's a way to hold on to a fair space, where you're seen with current eyes, not old biases tied to a number. Like a rare book, you wouldn't judge it by its publication year. You open it, flip a few pages, read a bit, then you know what you're holding. Reason 2, your real age gets you sidelined from important conversations. Ever noticed? Just saying I'm 78, the conversation instantly shifts. Before, people keenly listened as you shared about new books, politics, or travel plans. But when that number pops up, the mood strangely lightens. The other person's voice softens, replies get simpler, and your input, starts getting glossed over. It's like a subtle chair pull from the discussion table, unsaid, but you feel it. Many older folks share, when they don't mention age, others listen to them as equals. But when 70 or 80 comes out, they're shifted to a supporting role in their own talks. James, 79, from Portland, was once a state economic advisor. At a community meeting, he offered sharp budget and Social Security insights. People nodded, listening. Until he joked, I'm 79 now, so I remember old inflation periods vividly. Right after, a younger person turned saying, then you rest up, let us handle it. The conversation ended with a smile and a step back. Sounds polite, maybe, but really it's how society tunes out older people from weighty discussions. The issue isn't you, but how people link age with being outdated, with needing preserving, when in fact, life experience, foresight, and calm amid chaos often come from those who've lived long, seen much. You don't need to hide age for respect, but you have the right to keep your real age as a shield, to be seen for your wisdom, emotions, and personality first. Let your words lead the story. Don't let the number you carry get you cut off before finishing a valuable thought. Next up, your body responds to mental cues, not just your age number. Do you believe? If your mind thinks you're still young, your body will actually be younger too. Sounds like a motivational line, but no, science has shown it repeatedly. How old you feel can really affect how your body ages. In a famous Harvard study, psychologist Ellen and Langer had a group over 70 live as if they were in their 50s. They wore older style clothes, listened to music from their youth, did things themselves like before. And crucially, no one mentioned their real age. The result, after 5 days, this group showed clear improvements in memory, sight, hearing, balance, and walking speed, simply because they believed they were younger. Your body doesn't listen to your birth certificate. It listens to the belief you carry each morning. If each morning you think, I'm old, better rest to avoid fatigue, your body responds with sluggishness, tiredness, more aches. But if you say, today I'll walk as usual, I can still do this, I feel strong, your brain releases positive hormones, maintains neural connections, boosts circulation, and supports both memory and muscles. Donna, 76, in Santa Fe shares, I never say I'm old. I'm someone who loves walking, adores orchids, and has a bit of backache. She still gardens mornings, drives herself, learns phone photography, and to others, she's not old, she's just living. Belief is like a vitamin, unseen, yet it nourishes every cell in you. So if you feel young, don't rush to restate your age number as if it's the most vital truth. Because sometimes repeatedly saying I'm old now is the very mantra that makes you age faster. Your body doesn't need to know your age. It just needs you to keep believing. You're still living, still capable, and have much to enjoy. And for reason 4, American society can easily slip into ageism, age discrimination, even unintentionally. Ever heard someone say, at this age, just resting is fine? And you thought, who said my role is over? Old age in America, while seemingly respected, actually hides a sad truth: ageism, meaning age discrimination. It's not always blatant, not always intentional, but it's there in the pitying look, the let me help you with that, and how others subtly decide for you, it's time to step back. According to World Health Organization stats, nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults admit to negative thoughts about older people, thinking they're slow learners, conservative, or frail. And sadly, that view seeps into every relationship, every conversation, every small daily decision. Judith, 75, in Seattle, once applied for an unpaid consulting role at a nonprofit. Before anyone knew her age, she was praised as sharp, calm, insightful. But when her application showed born 1949, the rejection email came in under a day. No specific reason. She wasn't angry, just sad. I'm still me. But because of that number, they no longer saw me. That's why keeping your real age private isn't lying. It's protecting your right to enter a room as an equal, not as old. It's a way to ensure what you say isn't devalued just because of your years lived. You don't need to act younger or hide, but you can choose not to let a number dictate how others see you. Because you're not just an age. Your experience, depth, the ability to listen and connect. Things no younger person can replicate. And the final reason? Your story has value, regardless of your age. Do you know, what makes a story truly touch someone's heart? Not the teller's age, but the truth in their eyes, experience in their voice, and honest emotion. Unforced. Yet so many older adults begin their stories with a self-diminishing line. Now I'm 80, surely no one cares what I say. And in seconds, they unintentionally dim the listener's focus. Truth is, the more years your story holds, the more it's worth hearing. Because it carries what younger people often lack: depth, composure, and truths proven by real life. A Stanford University study shows younger people tend to pay more attention and remember longer those stories full of emotion and personal experience. especially if the narrator isn't playing old, but is simply someone who has lived. Robert, 82 in Boston, joined a memoir writing group at the local library. Initially, he wrote hesitantly, always starting with, "At my age, I don't know if I remember correctly." But after a few sessions, he was advised, "Let the story lead, don't let age intrude." From then on, he wrote in his true voice, no disclaimers. The result? His writings were always the most shared in the group, not because he was 82, but because he told it as if age didn't exist. So if you have something to share, don't start with your age. Let your words, emotions, and memories guide the listener. Age might be a number on paper, but the value of your story is something no one, however young, can replace. And sometimes what others need is to hear someone experience talk about life, not as a lesson, but like a hug in words. So age, it's just a number. But how you talk about your age, that can truly affect how you live. If you still feel young, your spirit's bright, your heart still flutters, and your mind's open to the world, then don't let a number shrink who you are. Because when you say, "I'm 80 already," it's easy for others to box you in. Old now, slow now, probably doesn't know. But if you don't state your age, they'll have to listen with curiosity, with wider eyes, and then you too will find yourself being you without limits. Today, we've walked through 5 deep reasons to keep that age number to yourself, not to hide, but to protect your youthful feeling, independent spirit, and your very own dignity. If this resonates with you, maybe share this video with someone you care about, someone judged for their age who needs reminding. They have so much life left, so many stories to tell, regardless of the number. And if you're up for it, drop a comment below. Tell me about the last time you didn't share your age and felt more heard. Catch you next time, not at any particular age, but in that youthful spirit, no matter the years.